Hey friends, it's Brandon. Today I'll talk to you guys about my relationship with Jesus Christ. What my relationship has looked like before and since I've established it. Now, I've grown up going to church my entire life. Every Sunday, me and my family would get together, we'd get in one car, we'd always drive over, and then every dinner, we'd always sit down, we'd pray before we eat. But there was a time in my life when I felt more distant and away from Jesus. I guess you could say it was around high school and early college is when I felt this. I remember just going through the motions. I would say the prayer, but I would never really listen to what the words were. I'd never catch the meaning. And I remember being more focused on my identity that I had, and I was more concerned about what I was doing that night and who I'd be doing it with. And I guess like all of that started to change when some of my fraternity brothers and some of my other close friends started inviting me to this campus ministry we have. And it wasn't a quick change, you know. It took a couple weeks. But I remember eventually one night just hearing the message and breaking down and thinking that like, God, where have I been? Like, what have I been doing all those years? Like, because He's always been there for me, but I was just never there to listen. And I remember praying one night, thinking like, God, there's got to be more to this. Like, and more importantly, I remember seeing the friends that God had given me, and I remember seeing them and like how they would interact with each other, and just like they would go to different churches, but they would come back and say, oh, this is what I was learning, and my Bible study taught me this, and I remember just thinking like, that's it. Like the relationship they have and how strong it is, and like the relationship they have with each other because of it. That's what I always wanted. And so that's when I started like really listening more and going more, and those friends that God gave me, they really changed it all for me, and that was His way of working to me. And so that's really like where my difference is that like I'm more compassionate now. I'm more optimistic about anything because I remember going through the challenge and knowing that I'm never alone because Christ is always with me, always. But so are those friends. Those friends are always with me, and I mean, if I'm going through a struggle, I can not only pray about it, but I can call my mom and dad. I can talk to my friends and say, this is what's going through my life, and this is what I need you guys to pray for me about. And in the same, they would do that in return. They'd say, Brandon, like I have a family member who's ill, and I could look them in the eye and say, I'm really sorry that, and I will pray for your family, and I know that they know I mean it. And so that's where the difference lies in this relationship and what my life used to look like is that I have a stronger identity now of who I am, and I have this stronger motivation, this drive to go where Christ needs me, or where I need to be. And so that's basically my story. And I just want to challenge you guys to reach out to me, maybe make a video of your own and post it yourself and such. But if you guys want to know more about who this Jesus guy is, please talk to me about it. I would love to share my story more in depth. And thanks for listening, guys.